Thank you for being here this morning. I want to first give a few thanks before I get into the substance of what is really an exciting announcement of our partnership with the district and labor and business and our council. I want to thank Deputy Mayor Tiffany Washington for her leadership, just outstanding leadership on really making sure collaboratively we're listening and trying to meet the students and the community where they are. Operations Manager Lori Baxter, sort of her partner in crime, so to speak, Deal Director Dwayne Chappelle, and all of the Deal staff for their hard work on this proposal. Thank you. Councilmember Maritza Rivera, who you will hear from for her collaboration and leadership during the council's process, and the entire City Council for the thoughtful deliberation. South Seattle College Dr. Monica Brown, thank you for hosting us at your Georgetown campus. It's really exciting to be here. So let's get into what this levy is about. We think this is likely one of the most powerful and transformative investments the city can make in its future. We want to give, very simply, every child in our city the strong start they deserve and the support they need. And we want to set them up for long-term success, not just in school, but in life. For 35 years, we know that the Seattle voters have committed to taking bold action and supporting our youth, and we're proud to send this package to the ballot this November. This is a 6-year, $1.3 billion renewal of the Families and Education Levy. It will support our youth from the cradle to the classroom and into college and into successful careers. Now, we know the challenges they are facing. Many of you have children. You are around children. You see that you're around parents, and you are parents. You see the rising costs of child care and the affordability concerns in the city. You see mental health challenges following the pandemic. You see frightening incidents of gun violence in and around our schools and federal funding threats everywhere. And many of you, like myself, that went to Seattle Public Schools, when we were trying to study, we didn't have to deal with any of the conditions that these kids are facing now. The constant shutdowns, the proliferation of guns. And so we have to be very intentional about our policies and our investments. So what are we going to do? Looking at this very holistically, we're going to double access to child care. We're going to add 800 new subsidized child care seats, serving 1,400 children a year and supporting our working families by relieving them from the cost burden. And don't worry, fellow speakers, I'm not going to say all of it. I'm going to leave you something to say. I know they're thinking, well, I had that in my notes, Mayor. We're going to support our child care workers, providing direct payments to 5,000 child care workers. This is truly God's work in my eye. I appreciate what they do. We want to support this critical workforce, and recognizing many of these are women of color. The predominant number of them have chosen this profession to do, and we thank them for that, and we want to show our thanks. We're going to expand high-quality preschool. We're going to add 600 new seats to the nationally acclaimed Seattle Preschool Program, and we should be very proud of that program. We will serve 3,100 of our youngest learners every year to make sure they are ready for kindergarten. We understand brain development. We understand those critical years at the beginning. We're going to strengthen mental health services, adding 5 new school-based health centers and expand in-person and telehealth staffing to ensure students are healthy, supported, and ready to learn. We want that connection, that connectivity between students and those that can help the students. We're going to expand youth programs and enrichment. We're going to boost school day, after school, and summer programs to keep more than 19,000 students safe, healthy, engaged in and outside of the classroom. This is where it gets really exciting. 2-year tuition-free college. Invest in the Seattle Promise program to give Seattle Public School graduates a path to pursue post-secondary education. The Promise program serves nearly 1,500 scholars annually, and we're going to help more students enter the skilled trades. I talked to Ray Dumas, is it Dumas or Dumas earlier about the critical role that his organization plays. And these are good paying, great jobs. You need the skills for it, and we want to make sure that these high school graduates find apprenticeship and skill building opportunities. That's why we're here today at the Seattle's South Seattle's Georgetown campus. This campus is Washington State's largest apprenticeship training institution, serving over 3,000 apprentices annually in over 50 different trades. From iron workers, machinists, and maintenance technicians, sprinkler fitters, cement masons, electricians. These are the kinds of apprenticeships we want to support our entire, to ensure that our workforce is ready. These are good paying jobs, and indeed you need the skill, and we want to teach these skills. So I want to recognize the cement masons and plasters of Washington apprenticeship coordinator Mike Raymond for letting us be in their classroom today by this new 3D concrete printer. That's in my notes. Is that, where is it? I want to see what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, wow. I thought it was one of those little things up there. My goodness gracious. Okay. This is an exciting advancement for the future of construction, and it's just amazing what can be done now with AI and different software techniques coupled with machinery. So this levy again embodies our One Seattle vision of safety, equity, and opportunity, and it's a strong proposal to send to our voters. I talked to mayors across the country, and one of the things I say that I think a great city would show its greatness by how it invests in its kids. Are they safe? Are they optimizing? They are, the cliche is they are our future, but I also say they are our now, because what we do right now has to ensure that they are optimized. So you're going to hear next from Councilmember Maritza Rivera. And Councilmember Rivera, as you make your way to the podium, she was chair of the Select Committee on the Levy and has just been an outstanding champion for our youth and families. Councilmember Rivera.
I'm a little shorter than the mayor, just a tad, just a tad. Good morning, everyone. I am so excited to be here. And Mayor, you didn't mention welders. My dad was a welder, so shout out to welders as well. I'm so proud to be here today with all of you to celebrate this last step before this levy proposal is delivered to the Seattle voters. I'm grateful for Mayor Harrell's partnership in supporting kids across the city, and a special note of gratitude to Deputy Mayor Washington for being an amazing partner during this journey. For 35 years, as Mayor Harrell said, the Family's Education Preschool and Promise levy has been making meaningful, long-lasting, positive differences in the lives of Seattle's kids, and you're going to hear from one, Kevin, in a few minutes, who was a Promise Scholar and then moved on. You'll hear his journey. I won't share. I'll let him share, but it had a long-lasting impact already. That is why voters have come to value and love and trust this levy. It benefits kids and directly supports their academic futures. This proposal builds on the decades-long legacy by doubling affordable child care slots, as the mayor said, to benefit even more kids and their working families, and adding hundreds more preschool slots. I'm grateful to the wonderful work of the child care and preschool workers who provide the early learning programs, like Denise Louie in our district, that set the children up for a lifetime of success. This levy will also help our K-12 students thrive by giving them the academic and health services they need to do well in school. That includes the school-based health centers with access to mental health care, both in person and online, for our kids who are still grappling with the learning losses and social challenges associated with living through a global pandemic. And it will pave the way to a bright future by providing universal access to a 2-year college degree or a path to the trades through our successful Seattle Promise program. As the daughter of a union welder, I am especially proud that we will expand these pathways to the trades as part of the promise to our public school graduates. Students will be able to work toward an associate's degree or a trade certificate, knowing both can lead to a successful career. In this time of uncertainty and insecurity, we have an opportunity to provide stability and encouragement, and to show our kids that we are here for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Next, you're going to hear from Dr. Monica Brown, who has spent over 2 decades in leadership positions in the college environment, and she's going to speak about the pathways in the post-secondary education through the Promise program and how we're getting these Seattle graduates up and running. I'm trying to make this for you here.
Thank you.
Okay. I think the council member broke it. That's what it says. Okay, there we go.
All right, thank you, Mayor, and good morning to everyone, and welcome to South Seattle College's Georgetown campus. I am Dr. Monica Brown, and I am pleased to serve as the president of South Seattle College. I'm honored to have you here this morning and to be able to speak on behalf of Seattle Colleges as a partner for one of the most transformative efforts our city has ever seen, the expansion of the Seattle Promise through the mayor's Every Child Ready plan under the soon-to-be-renewed FEPP levy. For the past 6 years, Seattle Promise has been opening doors to college tuition-free for all Seattle public school graduates. But now, together with Mayor Harrell, the City of Seattle, Seattle Public Schools, and our labor partners, we're opening even more doors. Doors that lead directly to livable wage jobs in our region's skilled trades and professional technical careers. The setting for today's event is fitting, as you can see. We are at South Seattle College's Georgetown campus, where we operate the largest apprenticeship training center in Washington State, in a space where the cement masons are learning 3D cement printing skills, and it takes one conversation with Mike to get you excited about it. These are the very spaces where Seattleites learn the skills that from the backbone of our city, skills that lead to jobs that build our skyline, power our homes, and keep our communities moving. And now we're saying to young people, these jobs are for you. With the expansion of Seattle Promise and the launch of the Path to Trades, we are proudly reaffirming Seattle College's role as the leader in skilled trades education for our city as we build upon existing career and technical education structures that start in Seattle Public Schools, continue at Seattle Colleges, and lead to fulfilling careers. We are preparing our young people for careers with dignity, for paychecks that covers today's necessities and plan for the future, for work that brings pride, not just to individuals, but to families and communities. This opportunity is personal for so many of our students. You'll hear from one shortly. I've spoken with those whose parents worked 2 or 3 jobs to get by, and now, because of Seattle Promise, they are training to become electricians, mechanics, welders, medical technicians, cement masons, and much more. They tell us in their applications they want financial stability for themselves and their families. They don't want a handout. They want a hand up. They want work where there is tangible societal impact. This is what opportunity looks like, and this is what the levy will make possible. This isn't just about expanding access. It's about expanding belief. Belief that no matter your background, you belong in Seattle's economy. With this national standard-setting levy and a Promise program held as a national model, we're making sure every child in Seattle is ready, not just for college, but for a career. Let's deliver on the promise. Let's pave the way to trades, and let's create a future full of hope. Thank you again.
After Dr. Brown speaks, I want to say, at ease. You all straightened up when she spoke. That was powerful. Next, you're going to hear from Susan Yang, who's just really modeled the partnership we love having with the City of Seattle. As you know, she's the executive director of the Dennis Louis Education Center, and they've been a partner with the Seattle preschool program, provided with locations in Beacon Hill and Magnuson Park and Yester Terrace. Just outstanding partnership. She also served on the Early Learning Advisory Council representing the Asian Pacific Islander community, and has just been probably one of the most effective and strongest advocates for early education. Susan, please come forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Susan Yang, and I am the Executive Director at Denise Louis Education Center. First, I would really like to thank Mayor Bruce Harrell and Councilmember Maritza Rivera for their bold leadership in putting forth the Every Child Ready to Start initiative that promotes a holistic view and thoughtful investment in the cradle-to-career journey for our children. The Family Education Preschool Promise Levy has been a cornerstone of providing high-quality, accessible, and affordable early learning opportunities for Seattle families. Early learning, as we've all noted, represents a powerful investment in our children's future and in the long-term well-being for our Seattle children. Denise Louis Education Center was an early adopter of the Seattle preschool program. At Denise Louis, our mission is to promote school and life readiness by providing high-quality, multicultural preschool, home visiting, and childcare services to children and families, especially those who need our services the most. We serve over 400 children prenatal to 5 in the community, and this investment in high-quality early learning is critical support at a time of great uncertainty in our community. High-quality childcare and preschool programs foster children's social and emotional development, prepares them for kindergarten, helps close the opportunity gaps, and children in high-quality settings have a higher graduation rate, setting them on a path for success in the future. The city's efforts to make preschool free or significantly more affordable does wonders for families' economic stability and well-being. This investment in our community also enables parents to work or pursue education and gives family peace of mind knowing their children are in a safe and loving environment. On behalf of the early learning workforce, I can only offer my sincere thanks to the mayor and to council members for including an investment in the worker retention efforts. Our workforce is comprised of over 80% women and over 45% women of color. While we always wish for even more pay equity for our fellow workforce, this continued effort to offer direct payments for the workers lifts our field up and provides a well-deserved recognition for our essential workforce who are often underappreciated and represent a critical engine to the city's economy. In a meeting of the preschool programs earlier in the year, I asked Councilmember Rivera to go big and bold, and I appreciate that Every Child Ready to Start does just that. I also want to thank Dwayne and Taylor, I see here, as well as Leilani for their support at the Department of Education and Early Learning. We couldn't do that work without you. Denise Louis Education Center is a proud partner with the city, and we look forward to creating and shaping our city's next generation of mayors, city council members, and perhaps welders as well, to keep our city's future bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Our next speaker is going to be Ray Dumas. I want to share a little bit about Ray's incredible background. He joined the Plasters in February of 2011, so he's been true to the trade for some time. Many of you know his work on House Bill 1788, which closed the equity gap in the workers' comp system, and it was signed by Governor Ferguson. And again, his leadership and his commitment to creating jobs and training folks is unprecedented, some would say. And I also give his formal title that he is the Plasterers business agent and serves as the Legislative Affairs Director for Cement, Masons, and Plasterers Local 528. Please take it over.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to South Seattle College's Georgetown campus. I'm extremely honored and privileged to be able to speak with you here today and represent the Cement, Masons, and Plasterers of Local 528. So glad that you could join us. I'm especially proud to be gathering in this incredible place of learning, the Cement Masons Training Center at South Seattle College, where skills are taught and transformed into lifelong careers. Today, we come together in support of the City of Seattle's Families, Education, Preschool, and Promise Levy renewal. This initiative represents a shared commitment to building stronger communities within our city. This levy will continue to provide local resources for early learning, academic, and mentorship programs, while also strengthening those pathways into the trades by expanding access to tuition scholarships, opening the doors to life-changing opportunities like the ones trained right here in this building. These investments are key to developing a more diverse, skilled workforce and creating living-wage, homegrown career opportunities. With these investments, we not only build futures, but equity, inclusion, and economic strength across our country, our city. With that, I want to thank you for being here and for being part of this important work. In the spirit of the trades and community, let's continue to build together. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Our last speaker is someone we're really excited to hear about. Kevin sort of represents what this is all about. Just by way of background, he attended Ingram High School and is part of the 2020 Promise cohort at North Seattle College, and he has since used path to the University of Washington to study supply chain management at the University of Washington Foster School of Business. And true to public service, we asked him if he'd share words, and he did not hesitate to join us. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being here, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Just want to start off by saying how much of a huge honor it is to be here in the presence of you all, and how much of an honor it is to be representing this year's cohort, and also the current alumni and the current scholars within the Seattle Promise Scholarship Program. I feel it's a little bit appropriate to share a bit of what my experience has been like and how Seattle Promise has changed my academic journey for even after post-graduation too. So to start off, graduated high school in the year 2020, Ingram High School. Let's go Rams. So I was at the height of the pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic just started. There's a lot of excitement that I experienced at first, just knowing that I was just wondering what new things I'm going to learn within my academic journey. But there's also fear and there's a lot of anxiety. Just wondering what exactly is the classroom environment going to be like now that we're going to do everything online and that we're going to not have that one-on-one interaction with our professors or even our classmates too. That feeling only became more intensified as I began my first year at North Seattle College. Having to balance my family responsibilities and also my academic journey as well to make sure I get that higher education, it became very overwhelming. It's gone to a point where I almost felt overwhelmed and I wanted to just drop out of college entirely just to support my family. At that time, I only could think of one person to reach out to. He was my retention specialist at the time, my academic advisor. By maintaining consistent, careful communication with my academic advisor, I made sure that I would succeed in this very, very difficult environment. And I'm proud to say that I was able to graduate with an associate's degree at that time with the business administration. And that I would also proceed to graduate just recently with my bachelor's in business administration at the University of Washington's Foster School of Business. But that wasn't also just the only rewarding experience I had during my time as a Seattle Promise Scholar as well. What also surprised me a lot too was this desire that I grew to want to give back to my communities as well. One prime example I can think of was my willingness to be a mentor for the future incoming Seattle Promise scholars. This is because after going through those difficult times during my first year, I realized how difficult it was, and I told myself I never want anyone else to have to go through that same experience I had to go through myself. And just from that mentorship program alone, I learned how rewarding it was just hearing the voices of the excitement and the relief that the students felt every time I was able to address some sort of question or concerns they had. And I carried that same tradition even after the Seattle Promise Scholarship Program. During my time at the University of Washington as a vice president for the Student Club for Business Ethics Association, even also as a mentorship as well for what's called the Building Networks Program, where their goal was to assist transfer students to get admitted into our business school as well. I want to finish off by saying that this shared value of giving back to our communities is not only just found within myself. I've seen it also within our other Seattle Promise scholars as well. From students within engineering technology to law, government, society, to also arts and humanities, businesses, you name it. There's always a student within each of our disciplines and our academic fields with that shared passion. That's why I'm very confident and I wholeheartedly believe that Seattle Promise is fostering the next generation of leaders who will tackle on whatever challenges comes our way, with also prioritizing our communities as well. I can't wait to see what more Seattle Promise will do for this next generation of Seattle Promise alumni or scholars. Thank you, everyone.
Remember the name Kevin Martinez Flores, because that young man is going places. Remember that name. You heard it here first. And what a strong takeaway, Kevin, is one of the first things you did was give back through mentoring. And I think a lot of the leaders here, I want to recognize the interim superintendent, Fred Podesta here, and Ted Howard and others. I think they've all been mentored and they've been mentors. And that is one of the first step toward really giving back. Thank you. And with that, I want to thank all of you for being here and these very gifted speakers for joining us. We have to get this across the finish line. It's going to take work, advocacy, but we are on the right side of history in this fight together. It's all about the kids, the administrators, the infants. This is us bringing out the best in ourselves to help those others. And so let's do a signing, and I can't wait to give away some pins. This is a remarkable day. Thank you very much. All right, hold on, you guys. All right. We did it. Thank you.